Well, welcome to Make My New Life. My name's Roger McCartney, and I'm going to be talking to you for a while today about what it takes to be successful in absolutely anything that you do. And over the years, I have kind of decided on 11 different things that I feel are most important. And these 11 things will apply to you no matter what you're going to do or who you're going to do it with or where you're going to do it, or if you have a job uh, working for somebody else or you've got your own business, whether you're retired or not. It makes absolutely no difference. So, the 11 things that I want to talk about, number one, that I think everybody needs is an optimistic attitude. Uh, you need to have a positive attitude about everything that you do. And just remember that there's two ways of looking at everything. Number one, you can look at things from a negative point of view, and all that's going to do is create more negativity in you and your life. Uh, or you can look at it positively, and you can always take the positive route because positivity is going to make sure that you keep things moving in the right direction. Without that positive attitude, uh, we don't have a chance to succeed. We really don't. And if we do succeed, it's going to be purely luck. So that's all that we we can bank on. So without that optimistic attitude, you might as well hang it up. Number two, we need to have a dream. When you were in school, did you ever dream that you were going to be a fireman or a policeman or a doctor? What were your dreams? What were your hopes? What would you want to do with your life? Did you ever think about that? Well, if you did, now as an adult, you have to modify your dreams. You have to look at the reality of your life. You have to look at where you stand in life and make a plan. Set a set out with a dream so that you can determine what you want to do. So, are you dreaming of having your own business? Are you dreaming of working for somebody the rest of your life? Are you dreaming about early retirement? What are you dreaming about? So, we need to determine that. And that is like your lifelong mission. What do you want to accomplish? So, number three, you have to have the desire. People that don't have the desire, they just trudge along and they get through every day. They wake up in the morning just to see what's going to happen that day, and they don't really have a lot of desire. You ask them what they want out of life. Well, I just want to get through till the next day. And as I get through to the next day, let's take a look at the next day. And that's one way of looking at it. And it's just like attitude. There's always two different ways of looking at things. So if you don't have the desire, nothing's going to work. So you have to want to make that dream a reality. Number four, you have to have the determination, the stick to itiveness. And if you don't have that, if you aren't determined to make it work, it's not going to work. And determination has to be that key ingredient that you have. And when we talk about being determined, nothing is going to stop you. It doesn't make any difference. People around you can be negative. People around you can say it's not going to work. People around you can tell you you're a failure. But if you have that optimistic attitude, you have that dream in the back of your mind, you have the desire to make it work, and you will be determined, no matter what, to make it work. So if you have all those things, that is within you. And those are the things that are going to make you the type of person that can be successful. Now, what you need to find is the right opportunity. And what is the right opportunity? It depends on what your dream was, what your desires are. So when I look at an opportunity, number one, if I'm going to have my own business, I want the opportunity to have a product that is in great demand, something that people want. If I have that product, that's the first step of making my life successful. So I need to have the product that people want. So if I have the product that people want and I have the opportunity to get that product, now I have to look at the skills. Do I have the skills to put all this together? Do I have the skills to make it work? Well, if I don't have the skills to make it work, I need to get the skills. I need to learn. I need to learn those skills. So if I have the skills, or if I can learn the skills, now I have to be resourceful. And what does resourceful mean? Well, resourceful is actually uh, getting creative. If you run into a problem, some people will look in a book, some people will look on the internet. What can I do to solve that problem? Some people are get creative. They'll try one thing, and if that doesn't work, they'll try another thing. That's one way of doing it. That's being resourceful, figuring it out on your own on what needs to be done to make that situation work. Other people, they'll get into a situation where nothing's working, and they'll just say, well, I tried it and it didn't work. That's not being resourceful. That's not being creative. So if you want to be successful, you have to have that resourcefulness built into you. The next thing is the discipline. You have to have the discipline to make sure that you do the things that other people don't do. You know, they say that successful people do things that unsuccessful people don't want to do. Is it making phone calls? Is it mailing out letters? Is it setting up a newsletter program? Is it getting involved in organizations? Is it networking? What is it? What is it that's going to help make you successful? That's the discipline that we're talking about. You need to be able to do the things that other people don't want to do. If you can create yourself and be as disciplined as possible. Well, thank you all for joining. I have to look on. Here we go. Okay. Uh, oh, from Jamaica. Well, welcome. Yeah. And Los Angeles. Very good. Very good. Glad to have you all here. So, getting back to the discipline, you have to be able to have that discipline to make anything work. The next thing, consistency. No matter what it is that you have decided to do, you need to be consistent in everything that you do. If you have made it a goal to make 10 phone calls to new people every day, don't miss. Be consistent every single day, no matter what. If you want to do it when you get up in the morning, if you want to do it halfway through the day, if you want to do it before you go to bed, don't go to bed until you have made those 10 contacts. So you need to be consistent. And they say that a broken clock is right twice a day. Once when it's broken, and in the AM, and once in the PM. So that consistency is what's going to make everything work. And if you keep at it long enough in the right direction, That consistency is going to eventually pay off. So, what does all this get us? Well, if we're dealing with other people and we are communicating with other people, you need to be able to build their trust. And that brings us to the number 10 item, which is trustworthiness. You need to be trustworthy. If you say, Mr. Johnson, I'm going to call you at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Don't call it 5 to 11. Don't call it 5 after 11. Call at 11. That's what you told him. Now, if you want to give yourself a little bit of leeway, Mr. Johnson, I'll call you between 11 and 11:15 tomorrow. That way you've got a little bit of breathing room. So if something comes up, you can adjust to it. But you need to stick with what you say you're going to do. And that way people know that they can trust you. They know that no matter what happens, you're going to live up to your word. And that's what builds trust with people. And, people buy things from people they like. They buy things from people they trust. So if you can get to the point where they trust you, even if they don't like you, if they trust you, they'll learn to like you, because trust is the hardest thing to build. And number 11, the very last thing, you need to be patient. if you think that you can get a thriving business started in a month, you're fooling yourself. If you think you can get it started in 3 months, you're fooling yourself. It takes time. It takes being determined. It takes having the right opportunity. It takes having the skills to make it work. It takes the discipline and the consistency to make things come together. And if you don't have that, it's not going to work. And that's where the patience comes in. That's where the patience comes in. There was a very famous athlete who set the world record in the 100-meter dash. And he said, I spent 8 years preparing for 10 seconds. And some people complain because they weren't successful in 3 months or 6 months. So if we look at the athlete and how much they train to be perfect, to be as good as they can possibly be, that's what we're doing when we learn a new business. That's what we're doing when we get involved in another organization. So what we want to do, let's take a look at these 11 items. Number 1, optimism. You need to be optimistic. Number 2, you need to have a dream. You need to have that desire, which is number 3. You need to have the desire to make that dream come true. Number 4, you need the determination to stick with it and not let anything interfere. Number 5, you need the right opportunity. And if you don't have the right opportunity, keep looking. And when I talk about opportunity, I'm talking about the program that I'm involved with, that Legacy Builder program. I felt it was the right opportunity for me. You need to have the skills. And when we look at that Legacy Builder program, the opportunity for me, and the reason I chose it, was it's a product that is in great demand. How to start a business, the educational part of that program was exciting to me. It teaches you how to start a business. It teaches you all the skills that are necessary, which is number 6 on our list. So if you don't have the skills, you need to learn them. Well, the Legacy Builder program gives you videos so that you can learn the skills on how to market on social media. So that opportunity, it's digital products, which is in great demand, the skills that are necessary. They taught me all the skills that were necessary. And it was a worldwide opportunity. I'm not talking a local business. I'm talking a worldwide business. You know, there's 8 billion people in the world, over 5 billion people on social media. So the Legacy Builder program is teaching me how to deal with social media. And if you would like to learn that, it's easy. Get involved. How do you get involved? Well, you can go to my comment section on TikTok and just put "I'm ready." Simple as that. So let's get back to our list. We talked about the opportunity, number 5, the skills, number 6. Number 7, you have to be resourceful. And being resourceful means being creative. If you run into a problem, if you run into a situation that you can't figure out, look at all your opportunities. Look at the internet, look at books, talk to people. Get creative, trying to figure it out to make sure that it works the best for you. That's being resourceful. Discipline, number 8, you have to be disciplined. You have to do those things that other people don't want to do. And if you do those things and be consistent, which is number 9 on our list, it's going to work. It might not work today. It might not work this month. It might not work in 3 months, but it's going to work. Number 10, you have to be trusted. People have to be able to trust you. If they can trust you, they're going to buy from you. And number 11, rounding out our list, be patient. Absolutely never give up. Remember, if you give up, you might have just been one step away from making it a success. So don't let your emotions ruin it for you. Make sure that you pay attention to this list, and I wish that you could find whatever you're looking for. So if you're about to be retired, or if you're retired and looking for something to do, if you're looking for something to supplement your income, if you're looking to start your own business and you've never had a new business before, maybe you're in your 30s, maybe you're in your 20s, and you just want to start your own business, take a look at the Legacy Builder program. If you're thinking about retirement and you haven't saved enough, well, look at the Legacy Builder program. If you look at that program, you're going to see that it's a tremendous opportunity. You're going to see that they give you all the skills that are necessary to be successful. And everything else is entirely up to you. So with that, I'm going to end this session today. I appreciate everybody being on, and we see a lot of people, New York, Miami, Chicago, Dallas, yeah, all over the place. Yeah, thank you very much for everybody for joining. And if you have any questions, any additional questions, put them in the comment section in TikTok, and I'll be glad to get answers to you as soon as I possibly can. So with that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you next week. Have a good day.